The universe isn't just out there, it's interacting with you. Claim your power by embracing the unknown. This is Tracy with Tracy Talks, and I'm here to ignite your curiosity. Don't just listen, embrace it. We really can change our lives in a matter of 30 minutes. I have spent the last 20 years exploring numerous ways to shift my life. I have done energy work. I have done house clearings. I've practiced feng shui. I do affirmations. I've written in gratitude journals. I have tried almost every type of spiritual tool to shift my life. And when I look at these type of tools, some of them are trying to shift the energy in me, my attitude, my beliefs, feeling joyful and grateful and abundant, and trying to shift the energy within me. Meditation also falls in that. Feng shui is a tool that is outside of me. While I believe that each one of us respond to tools in our unique way, one of the ways that I get the most success is by rearranging the furniture in my house. In a matter of 30 minutes, I can recreate the energy of a room, either by cleaning it up, removing items, shifting furniture. I can, within just a matter of time, completely change how the room feels. When I moved in here almost a year ago, it was much like it is today. It was cold, it was wintry, it was snowy. I had a moving company move all of the boxes and the big items and the furniture. And when I was having things moved into the house, it wasn't like I was just sitting down thinking, okay, where do I want all of these things to go? It was like, no, that goes there, that goes there, that goes there. There was no really calculation about why I was doing the things that I was doing. As I have spent the last year getting settled, getting my energy spread out into the rooms, my desk area has been a problem. When I sit down at my desk to do my work, the computer screen is always picking up a glare from the windows behind me. I was constantly having to move my computer, change the way it tilted, always trying to reduce the glare on the screen. A couple of days ago, after I finished my morning meditation, I decided, you know what, I'm going to give myself 30 minutes. I'm going to swap my desk with another cabinet on the other side of the room. I'm not going to get sidetracked by looking at pictures. I'm not going to get sidetracked by going through things. I'm literally just going to swap these two items, and I'm going to just take care of this glare situation. And that's what I did. I got my sliders because I'm a professional furniture mover. I got all of my tools. And I unloaded the cabinet with all of the breakables and everything that was really heavy. I took it out. I started the process and moved the cabinet down. I unplugged everything on my desk and I swapped the sliders. I put them from the cabinet to the desk, and then I started to move the desk. And simultaneously, I switched the position of these two items in the room. I cleaned up some dust. I cleaned up some things that were dust bunnies that were hidden. I put everything back in the cabinet, put everything back on my desk, and the amount of energy that was shifted in that one process is amazing. It opened up the room, it opened up the flow. There was plenty of room for me to walk through before, but you know how when sometimes some items kind of go out into the room more and the pathway isn't fully obstructed, but there's a feeling that things are constricted. I don't have that anymore. I have more open space, more open energy. I don't have any glare on my computer screen. And when I walk into my desk, when I sit down at my desk, I have a completely different feeling. It has shifted my attitude. It has shifted just the whole energy in the room. I feel more open. I feel more expanded. When I hear people talk about trying to shift their energy by saying affirmations and writing in gratitude journals, that isn't the most effective way for me to change my external world. I am somebody that gets more of a response when I change the way the energy flows in my room. And then it has this reverse effect upon me. Then I feel differently. And I know there's probably a lot more people like me out there that have been doing the gratitude journals, who have been saying the affirmations, but they're not feeling the changes in their life. They're not feeling this external manifestation. You could be just like me, someone who needs to move that chair that everybody's always walking around. I know it has sentimental value. I know it was your grandmother's chair. I know that it means something to you. But maybe it needs to find a different home for a while. And in that process, then you understand how sometimes those things that we hold on to are creating our own blocks, literally and metaphorically. There is some emotional attachment that is keeping us in this place that we really want to grow from. And sometimes we have to remove it from our living room before we feel the effects of it internally. And if you're like me, you may be someone who needs to start just taking action in your life. Do those things that you've been putting off. You know, you have these lists of just annoying things like clean out that one drawer. And it really does work. It really does shift your attitude. Every time you open the drawer, you're like, oh, look, I can see everything. How great is this? Those little things really do shift how we feel about being in our space, in our environment. My home is my sacred sanctuary. And it is someplace that I want to come home to, and I just want to let go of the world, let go of everything else. I have pieces that I love around the house. And even just shifting them up and swapping them around and changing pictures and moving them changes the whole feeling of the room. I'm not always throwing away things and buying things new. I have these pieces that I love. But you know what? I can go print off some new pictures. I can spend a few dollars and redo all of the pictures in all of my frames. And how amazing is that? Right now, I am on this challenge of myself to pull my energy back in, focus on the environment that I can control, the environment that is going to support me and my mental health and my well-being. And I'm going to focus on the things in my world that I can. And I hope that you guys try this, having the ability to change up how your room feels in 30 minutes. You'll love it. I know you will love the way it makes you feel. Thank you for listening to this episode of Tracy Talks. Remember to rate, review, and subscribe, and share with others who would enjoy listening to this podcast. Friends can find Tracy Talks available on iTunes, Spotify, Substack, and YouTube. Hit me up on Instagram and Facebook at More Tracy Talks. And until next time, we meet again.